we had such a responsibility to this audience to deliver something and to have the opportunity to deliver something for a passionate group of people.
Yes.
As someone who is so deeply passionate myself, I was so excited about that. I would so much rather have that than people who are indifferent.
Blase.
Anna and Blake's rift is growing, with pair warring over their promo.
I mean, I internalize that as opportunity.
Have you ever paused to consider what truly simmers beneath the polished veneer of Hollywood? We're accustomed to the dazzling smile.
Have you ever paused to consider what truly simmers beneath Hollywood's polished surface? We see the dazzling smiles, the effortless charm, the perfect camaraderie of stars like Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, and Anna Kendrick. But beyond the red carpets and rehearsed interviews lies a storm of legal battles, betrayals, and power struggles that are about to change everything. It all started with a dream project. It ends with Us, a film adaptation of a beloved novel that had already captured the hearts of millions. With passionate fans and sky-high expectations, the stakes were immense. Justin Baldoni, known for his heartfelt storytelling and breakout role in Jane the Virgin, was chosen not only to direct but also to star in the film. Opposite him was Hollywood's own fashion icon, Blake Lively, a name synonymous with elegance, sophistication, and an unyielding commitment to perfection. On paper, it was a match made in cinematic heaven. But behind the scenes, tensions were simmering from the very beginning. In Hollywood, where every film is a delicate balancing act of art and commerce, it ends with Us promised to be a milestone. Adapted from a best-selling novel, the project was expected to capture both critical acclaim and box office success. Fans had eagerly anticipated seeing the intimate, emotional story come to life on the big screen, and the cast was nothing short of star-studded. Baldoni's vision was deeply rooted in emotional authenticity, a desire to strip away the gloss and reveal the raw human experience. Yet, the production quickly encountered challenges. Behind the closed doors of pre-production meetings and script read-throughs, creative differences began to emerge.
But I was like just tracking him down, and then I finally got to read the script, and the script was a thriller. So that was a little confusing to me because he's like such a funny director.
Yeah.
And so I said, you know, what is this? Because the script is definitely like a twisting, turning, intense thriller. Is it a comedy or a thriller? And he said, yes. So then every day on set, I was like, is today a comedy or is it a thriller?
It's a good mix
and
of
it's
both.
like, yeah, it's like really kind of over the top and campy and trashy and fun and like, you know, kind of like my outfit, I guess.
Sources close to the production reveal that creative clashes erupted almost immediately. Blake Lively, known for her meticulous attention to detail and her fierce dedication to staying true to the source material, was reportedly unhappy with several key aspects of the film's presentation. According to insiders, she took issue with the wardrobe choices, the script adjustments, and even the overall tone of the adaptation. Lively wanted the film to capture the nuanced emotions and the book's inherent subtlety, while Baldoni's interpretation leaned towards a more visceral, raw cinematic experience. One insider candidly remarked, "Blake is a perfectionist, and she wasn't afraid to voice her concerns." She wanted the story to align more closely with the book's essence, while Justin had a slightly different cinematic interpretation, one that he felt would resonate more with modern audiences. As discussions turned into heated debates behind closed doors, the creative friction was palpable. But it wasn't just about differing artistic visions. There were whispers that Baldoni was beginning to feel undermined by Lively's assertive nature. Rumors circulated that he was growing increasingly frustrated with her influence over the production, especially as studio executives seemed to lean toward her perspective during key decision-making moments. These whispers of power struggles and backdoor negotiations soon added fuel to an already volatile situation. As production began in earnest, the atmosphere on set was charged with tension. Behind every carefully choreographed scene and every perfectly timed line of dialogue, there was an undercurrent of discord. Crew members recalled moments when disagreements escalated from mere debates into full-blown arguments.
I mean, I have two other daughters, so my oldest is very into the baby, but my middle child, not so much. But we're
really?
thinking of keeping her.
Yeah. Does she like play with her? What does she think?
Well, she sort of like pretends to play with her. So like in the beginning, our oldest is like loving on her, and she's like very maternal, and then our middle daughter is just keeps away from her.
The set, once a place of collaborative creativity, slowly morphed into a battleground for conflicting visions. One longtime production assistant, who wished to remain anonymous, described the situation. There was an unspoken rivalry. "I heard Blake insisting on changes that would completely alter the mood of certain scenes, while Justin would counter that the raw, unfiltered emotion was exactly what the story needed." It wasn't just about the film. It felt personal. These early skirmishes set the stage for what would become one of the most publicized feuds in Hollywood history. As tensions mounted, it became increasingly clear that this was not simply a clash of creative opinions. It was a struggle for control, respect, and ultimately, legacy in an industry that thrives on power dynamics. Then, in December 2024, the unthinkable happened. In a move that shocked the industry and sent ripples through every corner of Hollywood, Blake Lively dropped a legal bombshell, a lawsuit against Justin Baldoni. The suit alleged that Baldoni had engaged in a deliberate smear campaign against her. According to the legal complaint, Baldoni had not only attempted to undermine her credibility on set, but had also actively worked to hinder her creative input by spreading negative rumors throughout Hollywood circles. The lawsuit detailed accusations that Baldoni had purposely tried to discredit Lively by insinuating that her ideas were impractical and that her insistence on adhering closely to the novel was nothing more than stubborn obstinacy. The allegations painted a picture of a man willing to sacrifice personal relationships for what he perceived as artistic integrity. But was it really about art? Or was it something far more calculated? The shock of the lawsuit reverberated through the industry. Was Hollywood's golden boy, the one admired for his passionate approach to filmmaking, secretly sabotaging his co-star? Or was this a calculated move designed to shift the balance of power within a production that had already become mired in conflict?
Always tease each other. He was, after I gave birth, he was like, oh my gosh, if I lost you and I, went to the park with our 3 kids, think of the ladies I can have. This is a horrible thing to say. And he's like, I've got a long list. And I was like, oh really? Because I just have one on my list. Oh. I didn't. I don't have anyone on my list.
And then it wasn't funny anymore.
No, it's so much more of a burn. He's like, wait, who? And I was like, think of someone.
Right.
Bob Newhart, I don't know.
Baldoni, however, was not one to be easily cornered. Within days of Lively's lawsuit, his legal team responded with a countersuit that turned the tables dramatically. The countersuit alleged that Lively, along with her high-profile husband, Ryan Reynolds, had been working behind the scenes to wrest control of It Ends With Us away from him. Rather than portraying Lively as the victim of Baldoni's alleged smear campaign, the countersuit depicted her as a manipulative power player, eager to push him aside and take the reins of the project for herself. The legal documents were scathing. They accused Lively and Reynolds of using their star power and industry connections to sway the studio executives, thereby marginalizing Baldoni despite his role as both the director and the lead actor. According to these documents, behind-the-scenes meetings and private phone calls were orchestrated to undermine his authority and to reposition him as merely a figurehead, while Lively took control of the creative narrative. A well-known Hollywood attorney, speaking on condition of anonymity, stated, "This is a battle of power and control." If even half of these allegations are true, it exposes a much darker side of Hollywood deal-making, a world where creative vision is often sacrificed at the altar of ego and influence. As the legal skirmishes escalated, an unexpected name was thrust into the maelstrom: Anna Kendrick. Known for her sharp wit and relatable on-screen persona, Kendrick had long been associated with both Lively and the lighter side of Hollywood. However, with the release of A Simple Favor 2 looming on the horizon, Kendrick suddenly found herself caught in the crossfire of this bitter feud. Longtime collaborators and friends, Kendrick had always maintained a delicate balance between loyalty and professionalism. But as the lawsuit dragged on, the pressure to take a public stance became unbearable. During a particularly charged red carpet event for the sequel, reporters pressed her for comments about the ongoing legal drama.
Blake Lively did not even read the book that the movie was based on.
Correct.
And we're not talking War and Peace. And then she wanted to, ixnayed all of the wardrobe choices, because when you're making a movie about a poor woman who's suffering from domestic violence, you want her to look like she has money.
Right.
That Blake said.
That's what she did.
She looks like she has money.
Yep.
And she's dressing in florals. And then she's going on this press tour, pushing her liquor line and her hair care line, because that's what women who are trying to escape with their lives are worried about.
With the cameras flashing and microphones thrust in her face, Kendrick's response was measured, almost too measured. "I just want to focus on the movie right now. Blake is my friend. Justin is great. It's complicated." That simple statement, laden with subtext, became the subject of intense scrutiny. Fans and critics alike dissected her every word, trying to determine whether she was distancing herself from Lively or merely attempting to stay neutral in a volatile situation. Social media exploded with speculation, with hashtags and memes emerging that captured the public's fascination with Kendrick's ambiguous position. No Hollywood drama is complete without a twist involving Taylor Swift, the pop icon whose every move is meticulously scrutinized. For years, Swift and Lively had been nearly inseparable. Their friendship was the subject of countless magazine covers, Instagram stories, and candid behind-the-scenes glimpses that seemed to epitomize Hollywood's golden sisterhood. However, as the lawsuit escalated, an unexpected void appeared in Swift's public persona: silence. Fans who once saw Swift enthusiastically supporting Lively began to notice that the usual public shoutouts and Instagram tags were missing. The once vocal advocate had retreated from the conversation entirely. Was this a deliberate move? Had Swift strategically distanced herself from the mounting drama to preserve her own brand? Or was she simply choosing to remain an impartial observer? A source close to Swift's inner circle offered a tantalizing hint: Taylor doesn't get involved in industry drama unless she absolutely has to. She's watching from the sidelines, and sometimes silence is the best way to avoid being drawn into a controversy that could tarnish her image. The silence of Taylor Swift only intensified the mystery. Fans speculated wildly on online forums. Was Swift waiting for more information before making a move? Or had she seen red and decided to step away from the fray altogether? Her absence from public statements on the matter only added another layer of intrigue to an already convoluted saga. While the drama off-screen raged on, the film itself, It Ends With Us, defied all expectations at the box office. Despite, or perhaps because of, the controversy surrounding its stars, the film became a massive hit, raking in over $350 million worldwide. Moviegoers flocked to theaters, drawn by the promise of an emotionally charged narrative and the spectacle of the real-life drama playing out behind the scenes. The film's success was a testament to its ability to resonate with audiences on a deeply emotional level. Critics praised its raw portrayal of love, loss, and the complexities of human relationships. Yet, every screening, every premiere, was tinged with the undercurrent of controversy. Promotional events became arenas of awkward tension. At one particularly memorable press junket, both Baldoni and Lively were forced to appear side by side. Their interactions were stilted. Their smiles, though perfectly practiced, lacked the genuine warmth that once characterized their public personas. One journalist, observing the event, commented, "You can practically feel the electricity in the room. The tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife." It's like watching two seasoned actors perform a play, where every line is laced with hidden meaning. These awkward encounters only fueled public fascination. Social media exploded with clips of tense glances and strained exchanges. Hashtags related to the feud trended for days, and every red carpet appearance was analyzed to the last detail. The public was not just watching a film, they were witnessing a live, unfolding drama that blurred the lines between art and reality. As the legal battles intensified, the stakes grew higher. Industry experts began to speculate that this could culminate in a full-blown trial, a Hollywood courtroom showdown that would not only determine the fate of It Ends With Us, but could also redefine power dynamics within the industry. Legal pundits debated the merits of each case on morning shows and late-night talk shows alike. Was this just another celebrity spat, or was it a watershed moment that would expose the darker underbelly of Tinseltown? Legal experts pointed out that, beyond the immediate damage to personal reputations, the outcome of this battle could have far-reaching implications for how creative disputes are handled in Hollywood. If the trial were to proceed, it could set a precedent, influencing future collaborations and contracts across the industry. One prominent legal analyst noted, "This isn't just about two celebrities squabbling over creative differences. It's about the very nature of power in Hollywood." The outcome could determine whether stars continue to wield unchecked influence over their projects or if studios will begin to reassert control. Meanwhile, as the courtroom drama loomed on the horizon, both sides began to adopt increasingly aggressive public relations strategies. Legal teams worked around the clock to gather evidence, interview witnesses, and prepare for what many predicted would be the trial of the decade. Every statement, every interview, and every leaked memo was dissected by a public hungry for the next scandalous detail. Beyond the legal jargon and public spectacle, this feud had taken a deeply personal toll on those involved. For Justin Baldoni, the project had been a labor of love, a chance to craft a story that resonated with audiences on an emotional level. Yet, as the lawsuit unfolded, he found himself fighting not only for his creative vision, but for his personal integrity. Friends and colleagues described him as a man who had once been known for his warm, approachable nature, now hardened by the relentless pressure of an industry that often blurs the line between art and ambition. Blake Lively, on the other hand, had built her career on a foundation of grace and impeccable style. Known for her philanthropic efforts and her ability to remain poised under pressure, the sudden onslaught of legal accusations left her scrambling to maintain her carefully curated public image. In interviews, she was often seen as the epitome of calm, yet those close to her hinted at the sleepless nights and the heavy burden of fighting for what she believed was rightfully hers. Anna Kendrick, caught in the middle of the storm, became an unwilling spokesperson for an industry that was increasingly polarized. Long before the lawsuit, Kendrick had been celebrated for her candid humor and her relatable presence on screen. Now, her evasive answers and measured tones on red carpets spoke volumes about the cost of being entangled in a feud where every word was scrutinized and every gesture magnified. Even Ryan Reynolds, often perceived as Hollywood's resident jester, found his reputation taking an unexpected hit. Known for his wit and charm, Reynolds had been thrust into a role far removed from his usual lighthearted persona. Allegations that he was actively involved in manipulating the production narrative added a layer of complexity to the situation. Friends in the industry recalled conversations where Reynolds expressed frustration over the relentless media attention, questioning whether the personal cost was worth the potential gain in creative control. As the legal battles continued, the public became an active participant in the drama. Social media platforms turned into battlegrounds where opinions clashed and narratives were spun in real time. Hashtags related to the feud, hashtag Team Baldoni, hashtag Team Lively, and even hashtag Neutral Kendrick began trending worldwide. Every leaked email, every offhand comment during an interview was immediately dissected by millions of fans and industry insiders alike. Reddit threads, Twitter polls, and YouTube breakdowns exploded with speculation. Memes circulated rapidly, often exaggerating the tensions in humorous, yet pointed ways. One popular meme depicted Baldoni and Lively on a scale of artistic integrity versus power play, highlighting the dichotomy in public perception. Meanwhile, passionate debates raged in comment sections, some fans staunchly defending one side, while others decried the notion that art could ever be separated from the personal ambitions of those involved. Critics argued that the public was witnessing not just a legal battle, but the unraveling of a carefully constructed Hollywood narrative. What had once been a story of star-studded collaboration and cinematic magic had morphed into a spectacle where every personal detail was laid bare and every professional misstep was magnified. In this new age of digital media, where every moment is captured and shared instantaneously, the line between celebrity and everyday person had all but disappeared. Amid the public frenzy, a few brave industry insiders began to speak out about what was happening behind the scenes. Anonymous sources provided detailed accounts of private meetings where studio executives, talent agents, and even former collaborators discussed the potential fallout from the feud. One such insider revealed there were whispers that this wasn't just about a film, it was about control, legacy, and who really gets to call the shots in Hollywood. The tensions we witnessed on set were just the tip of the iceberg. Another industry veteran commented on the transformation within the production team. It used to be that creative disagreements were resolved quietly, in private. Now, with social media and constant media scrutiny, every little spat becomes a public spectacle. This feud has exposed how fragile the relationships in this industry can be. These revelations only added to the public's hunger for details. Fans were not just curious about the lawsuit. They wanted to know how the very fabric of Hollywood was being reshaped by these power struggles. The idea that even the most intimate details of a film production could end up splashed across headlines was both fascinating and deeply unsettling. As the legal proceedings continue to unfold, the future of it ends with us hangs in the balance. Both sides have hinted at the possibility of a settlement, with insiders suggesting that a deal might be reached behind closed doors to avoid a protracted public trial. However, many remain skeptical. The stakes are too high and the personal grudges too deep for either party to back down easily. Legal experts warn that a trial could last months, if not years, with every detail of the production, every whispered conversation, every email exchange, potentially becoming evidence in a battle that could redefine the limits of artistic freedom in Hollywood. Moreover, the outcome of this legal battle could have far-reaching implications for future collaborations. Studios, already wary of giving too much control to individual stars, might tighten contracts and impose stricter oversight on creative decisions. In an industry built on both art and commerce, the repercussions could be profound. For Justin Baldoni, the ordeal has been both professionally and emotionally taxing. Known for his vulnerability and open discussions about the pressures of fame, Baldoni has, in recent interviews, alluded to the heavy toll that the lawsuit has taken on him. In a rare candid moment during a podcast, he admitted, "I never imagined that pursuing my artistic vision would lead to this kind of public battle. Every day feels like a fight, not just for the movie but for my very identity as a filmmaker." Similarly, Blake Lively's public appearances have become increasingly measured. Once known for her effervescent charm and unflappable demeanor, Lively now appears more guarded, her smiles often tinged with the weight of the legal storm she is enduring. Colleagues have observed that her interactions, even in familiar settings, carry an undercurrent of tension, a constant reminder that behind every elegant facade lies a story of struggle and defiance. Anna Kendrick, too, has found herself caught between loyalty and self-preservation. In private conversations with friends, Kendrick reportedly confided, "I never wanted to be in the middle of this." But when you're part of such a high-profile project, neutrality isn't an option. Every word you speak gets dissected, and every gesture is loaded with meaning. Ryan Reynolds, despite his trademark humor, has faced his own share of scrutiny. Once the life of every party, Reynolds has been forced to adopt a more defensive posture. Allegations regarding his role in the alleged power play have put him under an intense media microscope, with every comment he makes analyzed for hidden motives. His public statements have become measured, carefully crafted to avoid adding fuel to an already raging fire. As we step back to take in the full scope of this saga, one thing becomes clear. This is not just a legal battle or a celebrity feud. It's a reflection of the very nature of Hollywood itself. At its core, Hollywood is a place where art and commerce collide, where the pursuit of creative expression is often entangled with personal ambition and the relentless quest for power. For Baldoni and Lively, the conflict over It Ends With Us represents more than just a dispute over creative control. It is a battle for legacy, a fight to determine whose vision will define not only the film, but also their place in the pantheon of Hollywood history. As each side digs in their heels, the stakes extend far beyond the confines of a single movie set. The outcome of this feud could reshape how future collaborations are structured, how creative disputes are resolved, and even how stars manage the delicate balance between personal integrity and public image. Industry watchers are already drawing parallels with some of Hollywood's most storied feuds. Just as legendary rivalries from the golden age of cinema have left indelible marks on the industry, this modern-day showdown promises to be remembered for its high stakes and the very human stories behind the headlines. In today's digital age, no story stays hidden for long. The feud between Baldoni and Lively has been amplified by the relentless churn of social media and the ever-watchful eye of modern journalism. Every press conference, every snippet of leaked footage, and every offhand remark on talk shows has become fodder for online debates. Blogs, podcasts, and YouTube channels dedicated to dissecting celebrity drama have exploded in popularity, each offering its own take on the unfolding events. Fans have become amateur sleuths, piecing together clues from interviews, social media posts, and even archived footage of behind-the-scenes moments. The narrative has taken on a life of its own, a global conversation about ambition, betrayal, and the cost of fame. In this climate, the feud is not just a legal battle, it's a full-scale media spectacle, a modern opera where every scandalous twist is broadcast to an audience that is both captivated and complicit. As the legal drama rages on, the cultural impact of this feud cannot be understated. For a generation that has grown up with social media and 24/7 news cycles, the line between celebrity and everyday life has all but vanished. What was once seen as an isolated incident is now part of a larger conversation about the nature of fame and the sacrifices demanded by a life in the spotlight. Documentaries are already in the works, with filmmakers eager to capture the behind-the-scenes chaos of a Hollywood feud that has captivated millions. Academics have begun to analyze the phenomenon, discussing how public opinion is shaped by both traditional media and the viral power of the internet. This isn't merely a story about two stars at odds. It's a reflection of a society obsessed with the lives of those in the limelight, and a reminder that beneath the glitter, the truth is often far more complicated. Looking forward, the future of It Ends With Us remains shrouded in uncertainty. Will the legal battles settle out of court, allowing all parties to quietly move on with their careers? Or will a protracted trial force every aspect of this saga into the public domain, exposing the raw underbelly of an industry that is as unforgiving as it is glamorous? Some insiders believe that both sides, weary of the constant media scrutiny and the toll on their personal lives, may eventually opt for a confidential settlement. Such an outcome would allow them to salvage what remains of their reputations without further public spectacle. However, others predict that pride and the desire to make a definitive statement will push the feud into a courtroom showdown, a trial that could become one of the most talked about events in Hollywood history. At its heart, this unfolding drama is a cautionary tale about the price of ambition in an industry that prizes image over substance. For every glitzy red carpet appearance and every perfectly curated social media post, there is a hidden story of conflict, compromise, and sometimes heartbreak. The feud between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively is more than just a battle over creative control. It's a mirror reflecting the complexities of modern celebrity, where every triumph is shadowed by a struggle and every success comes at a cost. For the millions who follow these stories with bated breath, the saga is a reminder that behind every polished surface lies a world of challenges and conflicts that are as real as they are relentless. As we reach the final act of this Hollywood epic, the questions remain. Who will come out on top? Will Justin Baldoni's passionate vision and his insistence on artistic integrity prevail? Or will Blake Lively's relentless drive to protect her creative contributions and assert her influence secure her a lasting legacy? And where does that leave Anna Kendrick, caught in the middle of this storm, and Taylor Swift, whose silence speaks volumes? Even Ryan Reynolds' role remains shrouded in mystery, with many wondering if his influence behind the scenes will tip the scales. The unfolding drama is a reminder that Hollywood is a living, breathing organism, one that thrives on conflict, spectacle, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Every scandal, every feud, every whispered conversation is part of a larger tapestry that defines this enigmatic world. Now, as the final chapters of this saga continue to be written, we turn to you, our audience. Are you Team Baldoni or Team Lively? Or are you simply here for the spectacle? Watch it with popcorn in hand as the drama unfolds. Your thoughts, your theories, and your speculations add to the vibrant tapestry of this conversation. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you loved this deep dive into one of Hollywood's most explosive feuds, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more celebrity bombshells, and hit the notification bell, because in Hollywood, the truth is always stranger than fiction, and you won't want to miss a single twist in this epic saga. In Hollywood, where every story is larger than life and every moment is captured for the world to see, this feud is more than just a legal battle. It's a narrative about ambition, artistry, and the relentless pursuit of power. As studios, stars, and fans brace for what may come next, one thing is certain. This story is far from over. The clash between passion and power, art and ego, continues to play out on a stage as vast and unpredictable as the city of stars itself. The legacy of this battle may well define a new era in Hollywood, one where creative disputes are no longer hushed up behind closed doors, but are brought into the glaring spotlight of public scrutiny. As we watch with bated breath, we are reminded that every glittering smile and every perfectly staged moment hides a world of struggle and sacrifice. So, as we await the next chapter in this unfolding drama, remember, behind every glamorous facade lies a story of determination, conflict, and the unyielding desire to be heard. And in this world, where the stakes are as high as the tallest skyscrapers on Sunset Boulevard, every whispered rumor and every bold accusation is a thread in the grand tapestry of Hollywood history. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into one of the most dramatic feuds of our time. Keep watching, keep questioning, and as always, stay curious because in Hollywood, the truth is always stranger than fiction.